I love how the face came on immediately. You exactly. Exactly. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Key with Kioshi. I am your host, Kioshi, and today we have a pioneer in our midst. Okay, in addition to being a licensed esthetician and skincare specialist, he was the first ever skincare ambassador for Fenty Skin by Rihanna, and now he is the skincare expert for Dior Beauty. He's stunning. He's not the music producer.
Period.
He's not the music producer. He is Sean Garrette.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Listen, I'm gonna start off like this. I owe you so much. Okay, Sean created my first ever skincare routine, ladies and gentlemen, specifically for me back in 2019. Okay.
Yes.
Listen, we did a skin consultation. I sent you pictures of my face, answered the questionnaire, told you all about my skin, and then you sent me the most detailed treatment plan with my skin goals, told me what products to use, in what order, and then a massive list of product options to choose from.
Yeah.
I began my journey and it never ended, and now
You know,
gesturing to the camera.
doing those actually helped pay for my move to New York and open my spa in New York. I like quit my spa job at the time because they were insane and they were trying me. And so like I literally had to like figure out a way to make money and to basically move to New York. And like doing those consults like through Twitter and my Instagram, that helped me so much.
I told all my friends, I was like, the first day I bought all my products, I put them on in order. I sat in the sun and I was like, wait a second. I'm a new creature. Listen, everybody who compliments my skin, it is this human being that got me on track. And now she glows from the inside. You feel me? I love it so much. So thank you. I just got to give you props up top because I would have been a very dry mess without you. I was peeling all the time and now she's moisturized and I just appreciate you so much.
You look great. Come on.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. So the topic I chose for you today is interest versus expertise.
Ooh, okay.
Because what's clear is that you've worked very hard to become a wealth of knowledge in your field. And I think transforming any hobby or passion into a career in which you can guide others should be respected so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate that this isn't just, for shits and gigs, it's cute. This is a job, this is a career. And you move that way. So I had to give you, we're talking about it.
I think being smart is kind of like going out of style. So I'm like, maybe I should just dumb it up.
No, never that. Never that. I know a little bit about your journey myself, but when did you fall in love with the process of taking care of your skin, and when did it transform into wanting to help others?
I don't know. Honestly, like, since I can remember when I was young, I was always obsessed with beauty. I think a lot of my family thought I was gonna actually be like a hairstylist because when I was young, I was obsessed with hair. I used to like play with dolls all the time.
Okay.
But I think I just love this like thing of transformation. Like, I've always kind of seen myself as like a vessel of like whatever I could be or whatever aesthetically I wanted to be. And that's kind of how I always channeled my creativity. So like when I was young, I was obsessed with Whoopi Goldberg and I was obsessed with Sister Act 2. I thought, and Whoopi Goldberg's like she's like one of my beauty icons. It really is like RuPaul and Whoopi Goldberg. Those are my two beauty icons. And when I was young, I think I was like in fourth or fifth or maybe even sixth grade. I shaved my eyebrows off because I wanted to look like Whoopi Goldberg. And that was like the first time where I feel like tapped into like my beauty moment and having like drastic beauty changes. And like I would lock myself in the bathroom, play with like my mom's products. Like I'll be using like Noxzema and Proactive, had not a stitch of acne.
Wow.
It was just burning my skin off. But like, I don't know, I just loved, I think because I never really felt beautiful when I was young, I was obsessed with things that made me the practice of being beautiful in a way.
So like all of the different products, you said proactive and not a stitch of
Not a
acne.
stitch of acne. I was just using shit.
I love that. So through like coming into your own and finding ways to make yourself feel beautiful, you got into all of your personal practices and then you were like, let me help the girls. Let me who needs help?
Yeah, I think because like I started my career in fashion because I was obsessed with fashion. I thought I was going to be like a stylist, like creative director of a magazine. Like I went to
Mm.
school for fashion, I went to school for art history, and I thought that's what I was going to be until I moved to New York. I moved to New York and I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to be broke and struggle. No, I'm good. So I was
Wow.
like, that's not going to work for me. And so now, what's beautiful about my life now is that I've been able to embrace like or indulge in my love for fashion and beauty, but like in a different way. So like obviously like I buy clothes now, I don't put them on other people, but I
Mm.
always feel like I'm my own muse. And so through me becoming my own muse, I was able to help people with their own skin issues and kind of help them find the beauty in themselves. Because especially for like young black people, especially black men, you don't see a lot of beauty icons or
Mm-hmm.
them in beauty ads and being the forefront of beauty campaigns and even beauty companies. Like, I'm the first black man to ever have my position at Dior. And that was a big thing for me. And so when I started like creating beauty content, I was just feeling a void. And it wasn't like I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna be famous and I'm gonna do it. Was like, no, like I want people to have information that I did not have access to. And so I just started creating my own content around that. And I kind of organically just built my following and my clientele through social media.
Listen, I live for a good highlight. I follow like everything that you're posting. Not only is it clean cut and presented well, but it's like useful. Like you're
Hmm.
not just posting things to post it. So when I
Yeah.
do see you post things, I'm like, oh, okay, like he's really using this. Like it works. Because
Yes.
we wouldn't post it if it
Yes.
wasn't working.
But you know, that was like my strategy. It was like I saw like a lot of when I first got on Instagram in like 2017 or like I started posting beauty content. Like you had estheticians on Instagram, but they were like so ugly. Not the estheticians, but their content.
Please,
Not the
please, please.
estheticians. Well, no, I'm joking. But not the estheticians.
Keep it 100. Keep it 100. It's
Okay,
all good. Keep
not
it
that, but like
100.
their content, it would always be like these like born like graphs, like you have oily skin, use this. I'm like, girl, who gives a fuck? Like, I want to know when I go on Sephora, what do I need to use? What's gonna banish this? Like, I don't want to use some medical grade product that you can only get in your spa if I come for a facial. Like, no.
Yeah.
I think I think I built my audience because I've always been so authentic. Like to this day, I still barely use like my affiliate links. Like if I'm talking about something, I'm talking about it because I want to. It's very clear when I'm doing sponsored content, 90% of my content is not sponsored. I don't know how I make a living, but I find a way. Because
I know,
like
I know, I know
honestly,
how. I know how. So you have your own studio in New York. Okay, the booking link will be in the description box below.
period.
Where you do facials, treatments, and peels. So what is something you implement in your services that you don't see being prioritized in the field that you believe should be?
Care. I think a lot of estheticians don't
Oh,
give a fuck. Honestly, I
not
think
care.
because
That's for the
I think it's
skincare.
because like the studio that's not my main source of income. And so like, you know, if I make money there, I make it. I really opened the studio for my private clients, like people that are like
Mm,
celebrities, actresses, to have like host pop-ups and takeovers with brands. Like it really was meant to be like as a marketing tool to further my business and what I do online. But because of what happened in 2020 with the pandemic, a lot of people who booked to see me in 2020 never got to get a facial, including you. And so I was like, this is kind of like my give back and like my love letter to people who have always supported me. And so I opened it up to the general public, which I don't regret, but it will be changing because
no, wait, let me get. No, wait, hold on. Please listen, because
I
she's
mean, like
not.
people will still be able to book, but it's very overwhelming. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, I became an esthetician because I always wanted to work for myself. I didn't want to be around other people. I just wanted to do my job, you know, give you your knowledge and send you on your way. You know, having so many people now because of how my career has expanded, kind of be fans of me, which is exciting because I love meeting people who I interact with online in person. And then for somebody to spend $300 plus to come see me and trust me, who they've never met, I could be lying about my skin, and they would
It's
never
the
know until,
filter. It's the
yeah, until they
filter.
get a facial and they're like, this bullshit ass facial. But luckily, people come to me and I fix their skin, but I truly care about my clients. I mean, like, I'm giving things out of my own stash and my back bar to my clients. If they're like, I don't know if I could buy this, I'm like, girl, just take this. Like,
Oh wow.
I'm the person that, like, I want people to truly have the results and truly feel better about themselves and their skin, because when my skin wasn't great, I had the lowest self-esteem. I knew how it affected my confidence and how it made me feel and how I moved through life. When you don't feel beautiful and you feel like you have something that's holding you back, you just don't operate how you normally would. And
Yeah.
so if it's any way that I can provide that for my clients, I'm doing it. But I think I'm one of the few estheticians that actually care. I'm not trying to price gouge you. I'm probably one of the lowest facialists at my level in New York City. You know, People charge $500, $600. I was at dinner with my friend. He was like, he left the facial paying $950.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. What
I
his
would
face
never
look
charge.
like? What the product look like?
It ain't look like me. And then what damn sure wasn't $900 worth. Okay, shit. Okay, people pay $300 to look like me, and they leave looking like me. So that extra $450, I don't know what the fuck y'all doing over there.
Listen,
But
I've seen the testimonials. I've
come
seen, yeah,
on, and a lot
yeah.
of them are on the red carpet in movies. I had two of my clients were in two of the blockbusters this summer. Not an acne pimple on them, and they're not 21 years old. Like, I have clients who are A-list Oscar-winning award actresses that are in their 60s and their 50s, and I also have clients
Absolutely.
who are in their early 30s, and then all the way to 16. Ariana Greenblatt, who was in the Barbie movie, I think I gave her like one of her first
Oh, the young
facials.
lady. I know her.
Yes. Now
Okay.
she's like, a baby diva and fab. But I remember I met her and her mom in Beverly Hills, and when I was at Dior, I gave her like one of her first facials, and I was like, "This is what you need to do. Don't overdo it." I told her mom, gave her the products. Like, that's what I like to do. I like to give people the knowledge. You can get one facial from me, but you're gonna leave with the knowledge to be able to keep your results up for like years to come.
It's that I feel like it's a scarcity mindset. It's like, oh,
Hmm.
I can't give out all of my secrets, then you're not going to want to come to me.
Hmm.
Why doesn't your work speak for itself? And
I
then,
listen.
like,
I give every secret I motherfucking got.
I
Okay.
love that.
Like, and
Yeah.
I mean, you have to think I've been creating videos and content around skincare since 2016, 2017. It's now 2025. Girl, I've given you every secret I got. Now I'm showing you different ways and different products, because the beautiful thing about beauty is that it's always evolving. We're always finding new ingredients, new modalities, new machines, new technologies to help the skin. And so my job will always be fruitful because it's always something new coming out. And so I take everything in, I spend my own money, I test, I try, and I give it to the girls and let them decide, or me decide for them, if this is worth their time and their money or if it's not.
Heavy on the spending your own money as well. Because
Yeah.
I feel
Because I
like they
think,
think you get to a certain place and they're like, oh, they were gifted this. They have to say that. Or like
yeah.
they're friends with this person. So of course they're going
Uh-uh.
to say it's good.
Listen,
Like,
Tasha played me recently. I said, "Oh, you will never see another product on my motherfucking feed."
wait, pardon. Listen, wait, hold on. Because the brightness
Mhm.
serum.
Oh, okay,
Wait.
girl. You can get your
Let's,
brightness elsewhere. No shade.
we gonna talk after this because I need, like, no, I'm dead serious. Because I listen, I'm like, I care about the product. I do.
Yeah.
But I care. We I don't believe in separating art from the artist. I feel like products and things are the
Hmm.
same. If this is your baby, your brainchild, this is what you've created. I care about the human beings attached to that.
Hmm.
So if there's foolishness in the
Well, I
midst,
think if I didn't look like me, I would be treated a lot different in my industry. But even with how, acclaimed and all the accolades, I was named beauty icon this year. A beauty
indeed,
icon in my industry. Uh
indeed.
Only black man on that list, I believe. And it's like brands still try to play me as actors if I'm not influential. I know the power that I possess, and if I really want to dig my heels and end some shit, I could end some shit. Okay, that feud will not exist in a year if I really put my motherfucking ass and pedal to the metal on that shit. Okay, I know my power, and I use it in a good way.
Oh,
You
you're
know, I
so
try to.
kind. That's so
I
sweet of
am.
you.
You know, I am. You know, they say the Virgo's evil child, but we not.
So godly of you. So it's like, listen, I could end your whole situation. That I feel like they don't think that that'll happen, but the season of life that we're all in right now, it's the truth
Yeah.
season.
I
We're
mean, like,
not. Mm-mm.
in the pandemic, like, and I think that's why I still work with the Ordinary and like brands that I work with today because Paula's Choice and they can tell you when I said that mandelic acid serum was something that changed my skin, I had that sold out for almost a year straight.
Indeed,
A year straight. Same with Paula's Choice, that
love
BHA
Paula.
liquid.
She's wearing it today.
Come
Hey,
on. I
yeah.
mean, you can, I don't care how many girls on the internet said it. People saw me and they bought it and they sold it out. Period. And that's why I was the first influencer they ever did a collaboration with and that ever had their own packaging and product and little collab ever. Ever.
It's, it
They
pisses
still
me
sell my kit to
off.
this day. No royalties. Clock that.
Oh my god. Pay people what they're due. See, no, because what irritates me is obviously you've done all of these things.
Hmm.
The proof is in your face. You know what you're talking about. So I don't understand the
You know, the
pushback
proof is in
and
my
the
face and hundreds of thousands of other faces too.
get into
Like,
yeah,
clock that.
yeah,
Clock that.
indeed.
Okay?
So it is if it always feels like it's a black thing. It'll never not
Yeah.
feel like it's a black thing because the average person who is not black
Hmm.
can
Hmm.
go into the industry and do a crumb of what you've
Oh,
done and
yeah.
it's so revolutionary. It's
Well, you know,
so
because
like
like a brand, I think people always use like Alex Earl as like an example, but like I'm not really an Alex Earl hater or lover. I'm really indifferent when it comes to white women, period. Like, no shade. I just feel like they just, you know, like
I gotta
I've
go.
had.
Indifferent is insane.
I mean, because it's like, you know, I understand, you know, why, especially if you're a black creator, why you feel like this girl gets this and this girl gets that. But it's like they
Yeah,
always get that. And they will always have that. But it's
that's
like,
true.
you know, in my life, especially in beauty, white women have given me some of my biggest opportunities. So I can't like, you know, shit on them and say this and say that because I will say, unfortunately, and this is kind of moving to a whole nother part of like the conversation, but I've been put in position more by people that were non-black than my own.
Wow.
You know, it's like it's a struggle for me to almost get work from black brands and black companies and black founders than it is for the white girls, you know, or the people of color or the you know, well, actually, you know, don't know Latina really hired me, but you know, but you know, and I'm not gonna say that's it's like a general thing, but it's just like looking at the span of my career. You know, even when I went to Dior, all my bosses were white, and then it was one Fanny who you know I love to death because when she helped bring me to Dior, she really nurtured me. I remember like I had like a spiral in the south of France one time, just feeling like an imposter. I feel like I don't belong here. One, because you know
Mm,
I'm not skinny, I'm black. You know, it's like all these you know isms within me and that's kind of been put on me that I'm like now putting onto myself and believing those things and she literally
yeah.
smacked me and got me together and I'm like I needed this and that's why I think it's so important to have people that look like you in every room in every space because you know even though a white woman might have brought me into that room a white woman couldn't get me together like that black girl
Hmm.
could you know she couldn't snap me back into reality and I think, you know, I hate to say that, but I think sometimes when it comes into beauty, especially being black and being gay and working with other black women can sometimes be a tricky balance between it.
Really.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
I think any black gay man will tell you that. I think women can be like your biggest supporters and also like your biggest ops, you know?
it can and
Even
it's
though 90% of
dangerous.
my 90% of my clients base are black women. I do what I do for black women. You know, like
Yeah.
I was helping out, you know, the black men because, you know, I taught men how to shave, how to take care of their beards, how to get rid of
Do
ingrown
that. Listen,
hairs. You know,
please help.
I take care of the niggas and everybody. I take care of the girls and they men. You know? It's like I do this for people that look like me, and sometimes it almost feels like what I do is like not enough. That's why I think this year, like going to Essence Fest was such a big thing for me because I always felt like neglected. I feel like from that audience a little bit because maybe I'm too gay or maybe I'm too this, and I was met with so much love when I came to Essence Fest.
I'm
And that
glad.
it honestly it just helped. I feel like it helped like heal a little something in me that I was feeling from that, and I was treated amazing, nothing but incredible black women there uplifting me, supporting me, making sure I felt good about myself. It's I think sometimes, at least for me, I don't let traumas that I have with other people affect how I look at a base of people, and I try
Come
to do it
on.
like person by person by person because I
Absolutely.
can do something. Somebody might have a bad experience with me. I don't want them to be like, "Oh, I hate all black gays. They suck." Like I don't want that. They
No.
can be like, "Oh, I didn't have that great interaction with Sean." I feel like sometimes we do kind of get othered and lumped in, and I think that's what the beauty industry and fashion industry does. It's like, oh, this black person, they ghetto, so I don't want them in my thing. And then it's like we all
Yeah.
become a monolith, or like I'm just rambling, but like even with like the Ralph Lauren
Please
thing,
continue.
like the Ralph Lauren like Oak Bluffs thing, and how that was a big thing on TikTok, and some black people feel like they're trying to only focus on like the black elites, but then people are like, oh, we used to steal Ralph Lauren. I wasn't a black elite, and I also wasn't stealing. My mama had a job. Okay, my
Please.
mother had a job, and she put my ass in that polo Ralph Lauren. I had the teddy bear on my shirt and hush puppies on my feet.
Yes.
It's like
Puppies.
everybody,
Ah!
everybody is not a monolith.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes when it comes to beauty, it's like if you don't check this box, then you're not this.
Especially because they make it feel like it's got to be one at a time.
It's
Like in
always
that, like in
one.
everything. Why can't it? Why can it? We can encompass a lot of space.
Yeah. I mean, for a long time, it was like Jackie Aina was the only black girl that existed. And I feel like her being so vocal about her experience helped open the door for so many other black women. And
That's what
even
I'm saying.
even people like me, I think because I don't think I would be able to exist in the space that I do without somebody like Jackie Aina showing what you can be in the beauty community and content creator space. When I'm on TikTok, I see nothing but gorgeous, black, beautiful women creating
Yes,
fab
all the
content,
time.
creating fab
Ah,
content, and some of the most diverse content. I mean, hair, makeup, skincare, fashion, travel. Like, but the thing is, we have to encompass all of that. The other girls, they don't have to encompass that. They can do one niche. They can do drunk get ready with me's, and then that gets them 2 million followers, and then they get a Fendi campaign, and they at New York Fashion Week, and they at Paris Fashion Week, and they at the Met Gala.
no, I'm allergic to the BS. I'm allergic.
Bitch, we could
I
say
just
dolphins are shut down SeaWorld, and they still wouldn't give us our shit.
like it's
Okay?
crazy. I know this is about you, but I want to talk about Jackie for 2.5 seconds
Yeah.
because the way that this woman it began where she did, continued to be relevant, continued to reinvent the wheel, continued to be like, hey, it's not just me. I
Mm-hmm.
left the door open behind me, so
Mm-hmm.
allow all of these incredible women to the forefront. Like, we deserve to be seen. It should never just be one. And people
Mm-hmm.
just love to make her out to be things that I don't believe that she is,
Mm-hmm. But you
very
know what?
consistently. And I'm like, y'all love tearing
But you know
folk.
what? Also, it's like we can be all those things. We
Yeah.
can be these amazing spearheading people in our industry, and we can also be a bitch, and you can also not like me. You can also not like me. You can also think, I have bad taste. You can also think, I spend too much money. You can also think, I'm too strict. You can think whatever you want. It's just that
Right.
I think sometimes as black people, it's like we put it on each other to have to be perfect. We do one thing that you don't agree with, then like we're canceled, we're done. I don't fuck with her, I don't do this, I don't do. It's like other people get so many chances. And I think that's what drives us insane. And that's what kind of creates that crab in a barrel kind of mentality. We all
Yeah.
feel like we have one shot to make it. We have one shot to get our wealth, get our fame, get the things that we deserve. And the minute we slip up, we're knocked off. It's like, I knew that would happen. And then let's go on to the next one. Because that's how we're treated.
Crazy. Absolutely insane.
Insane.
What I'm hoping for is going forward, the work can just stand for itself and it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to turn into a, oh, well, they're not like this person, so we're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
like give them a chance, or oh, they haven't done this yet, and like
Mm-hmm.
the different parameters that only exist for us.
But that's a big thing in the industry though. Like, and I think you have to be likable. because like my job and how much money I make and how successful I am is based off people liking me. And I didn't always feel likable, you know? And I feel like
It's different
sometimes
levels
people,
to likable though.
it's different levels to likable because I also feel like I'm not the most like, if you know me, you know my humor, you know, half the time if I'm saying something, even if it's shady, girl, it's because I just think it's funny. Like,
It's not
oh,
malicious.
it's
Yeah.
not malicious at all. You know when I'm being malicious. Okay? You know when I'm digging in that ass. But any other time,
And it
I
won't
have
be
my
at
TT.
work.
Okay? And it
So
won't be at work
like
and it won't be on camera. What did Neelix say? Did you catch it on camera? Absolutely not. Okay? I see bitches in person, 10 toes down, not one toe missing, okay? Shout out to Amaya Papaya, bitch, okay?
please.
Last time I checked, not one toe missing, sending 10 toes down, okay?
No, for real. Like is all I want things to change, but it's not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen if we keep falling back and pretending like these things aren't happening. I'm going to keep talking about these imbalances. I'm going to keep talking about me being dismissed when I've done a plethora of things that these other people have not done. You're not
Yes.
going to discredit me. You're not going to make me seem insignificant in a space where I have studied for many years, in a place that I have proven myself time and time again. You're just not going to do that.
And I think that's what becomes like the most frustrating, especially like being a black man in the beauty industry. Because I honestly think being a black man in the beauty industry is still a very hard thing to be successful in. You know, you can't name 10. You can name 10 successful black female content creators. You can name 10.
Yeah.
You can name 5. Can you
Yeah.
name 5 Sean Garrett's?
Ooh!
I'm just saying, can you name 5 Sean Garrett's? And that's not me saying I'm the queen, on my Nicki shit. That's me saying I am the queen, but it should be 4 after me.
But be clear, be clear, be clear. And there's nothing
Yes,
wrong with saying like I
yes.
called you a pioneer for a reason because I
I
do not
am.
see.
And and that's no shade. And I feel like for a long time I used to downplay myself, but I am. But it's also not someone who has had a LVMH contract for 6 years in a row at 2 of the biggest brands in Sephora.
Talk about it.
I launched Fenty Skin. I was the global ambassador for Fenty Skin. Okay? I launched that shit out of my bedroom in Brooklyn. Then I quit. I left that job. I left. I went to Dior. Dior approached me 7 months after leaving Fenty, said, "We want you here." We we asked around who should be the next ambassador. We already did our background check. They
Come
said they
on.
asked editors, they asked other influencers. They said my name rung bells. Okay, I started that job end of 2021.
I love it.
I left. I left Dior last December.
What?
I left
This
Dior last December. Nobody in my position has had those 2 jobs, have done what I've done. Okay, I've been called a beauty icon multiple times, have worked for not only Rihanna, but have changed some of the biggest stars' skin in the industry, and still have to fight for money, and still have to fight for jobs and fight to be seen. Leaving Dior was such like a mind fuck for me because it was something I needed to do to really like give myself something back, because when you work for these companies you give everything and it becomes your
yeah.
identity.
Yeah.
And I started to feel like I'm worthless if I'm not here, and I had to
Oh.
separate myself from that. And so then even after leaving, it was this whole thing of like, okay, who's gonna want me now? Because having that Dior moniker behind your thing, it gives you prestige, it gives you, it gives you a bravado. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm that bitch. I'm at this storied house. Come on, 100-year house. I'm that bitch. Finding a G6 in Paris.
Come
Like
on.
I'm that girl. Now, Delta One tickets coming out my own pocket. Okay, the Plaza Atene stays coming out my own pocket. The Maybachs and the black trucks coming out my own pocket. And this, out my own pockets, something got to be coming in.
Right.
Okay. And so it's a different feeling because it's like I went through this whole thing a couple months ago of like, okay, like I'm nobody, like I'm worthless, like without having this job, like who
That
will
is
even want me? Who's
insane
gonna
to
like who's
me.
gonna see me as anything because I don't have this prestigious job anymore. I'm just another black creator. I'm just another, black man on the internet talking about beauty.
Why does that happen though? Like I really want to understand
I
this
don't know because the same
obsession
people
with present, like, oh,
Yes.
like everything that I've done doesn't matter now that I don't have this one thing that you saw me have just now.
Because look at the industry. Look how we're treated. Look how, and this is not even like just a black thing, but look at how performers and stars and creators are treated.
Heavy
We
on
can put
it.
out, we can put some of the best work out in our lives, but it's like, okay, the next thing might not do so well. It's a passion project. You know, Miley Cyrus, something beautiful. I know that bitch feeling it. Okay.
I love that album too. That's
Love
her
that
best
album. Some of her
album.
best work. And let me tell
Yeah.
you something. I didn't get the album until I was alone, isolated, and listened to the whole thing through on a flight. I was coming back from London and I was listening to it on the flight. I said, this is a work of art.
It is
Okay?
indeed from top to bottom.
But because it wasn't what people thought it should be, and it was so different than what the last thing was, if you look at her last album, it was so commercially pop. You know what she was trying to do. It was almost like what Charlie XCX did with Brat. It was something last year where creators felt like they had to put out this palatable thing.
Yep.
It could still be high art, it could still be something different and magnetic, but it had to be something that made a statement and it was able to give them the flowers that they deserve. Her first Grammy, her most pop forward album.
Wow.
Something beautiful, her most high art,
High art, yes.
high art, like visual film. It told a story. It didn't always make sense, but it told a story. Okay? Fashion, Naomi Campbell. You know,
That
like
was crazy. I wasn't expecting that. I gagged.
a gagalicious high art pop diva. What the girls on Twitter say they want. They want divas back. The high art. Nobody paid attention to it. And then they say like it's not her best work. That's how I feel about being a Dior. It's like, oh, you did this thing, now you're not. Oh, girl, like whatever.
That's
Like that's how I feel.
crazy.
And so
It takes the fun and the joy out of it because I'm like, I know
it
like this is your
does.
job, but it's also something that you're extremely passionate about. So because I'm not performing my passion, something that I love in a way that suits you, that you believe is the upper echelon and like all of these things,
Mhm.
then it's not important. Who are you? What about
Honestly,
what I want?
this was the summer that I realized I'm that bitch regardless.
Come on,
Honestly.
come
Because
on, say
I've been
it again.
because I've been pretty for 33 summers. I'm 33 years old, okay?
Exactly.
This ain't the summer I realized I was pretty, bitch. This is the summer I realized that I was that bitch, regardless of whether I work at another fucking brand or not. I'm that bitch. I put my mark down.
And
Whether people
did.
see whether people see worth in me or not, that's out of my hands.
I love
I
it.
have to see my own worth, and I have to represent that every day. When I walk into a room, I own it. Hello, Nene Leaks. I say her mantras every day. When I walk into a room, I own it.
Yeah.
Success is in my DNA. When one door closes, another one opens. Come
Listen
on.
to me.
I am not, I don't keep up with the Joneses. I am the Joneses. Come on. Those are my life mantras.
But
Come on.
it sucks that that doesn't feel innate immediately. That it's something we have to work to get to. Is realizing no wait,
Yes.
I've made my mark. I've done all of these incredible things. I don't have to
I mean,
do anything
and
else.
honestly, that's such a pinnacle age for me. You know, your 30s where, you feel like you start, hitting your stride.
I just turned 30. I'm gonna be 31 in December.
Ah, yes.
But I feel that too. I feel that about myself. I'm like in my area where I have been reigning, I'm a known face. People
Mm-hmm.
say I have been touched by many art. Beyonce seen
Mm-hmm.
my face, Ariana
Mm-hmm.
Grande, all of these incredible people. Y'all know who I am. Y'all know what I bring to the space.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to defend that. I don't care if I get 3 views on a video. My content is excellent.
And that takes growth to get there, because I
Yeah.
remember I used to be the deleter. Something flops, delete.
Oh no, for
Something
real.
doesn't do good, delete. Like I used to
Yeah.
delete I was known as the deleter. Now it's like, girl, I look fucking fab.
Yeah.
You girls need to catch up. Catch up. Okay?
But also keep in mind, depending on where people are in their own journey in regards to how they feel about themselves, they're not gonna want to affirm you. That
Oh, exactly.
Miley album is the most confident I have ever heard her. Like in
Mm-hmm.
the space that she wanted to occupy with her voice, just straight confidence. She knows
Mm-hmm.
who she is. It was an amalgamation of everything that she's already done. So that
Absolutely.
highest form of her, that most confident version of her, if you're not there in your life, you might look and be like, oh, well, it's okay. Like, you're going to want to. It's
Exactly.
easy to diminish what other people are doing in order to
Mm-hmm.
make yourself feel good about where you are. So I'm
And
like,
that's
that's
why
what
And that's why I
opinions.
think sometimes personal growth is more important than your professional growth.
Come
Because
on.
if you're stunted personally, how can you accelerate in professional and career? Especially when you do something creative. For me, I had to leave Dior. I had to feel that struggle. I had to feel that sense of, self-doubt, that sense of lowness to build myself up. This whole year, the past 8 months of my life has been me rebuilding Sean Garrett, tapping into why I do this, who I am, reaffirming that I am that bitch. I am fab. I see my mark every motherfucking day.
I
Every
love
day. I
it.
see I see the girls that I've touched. And I think sometimes it can feel disheartening when you feel like you're not in rooms you should be. You're not invited to events that you should
You're
be.
not
But
getting your flowers while you're
they're not
here.
giving you your flowers. But it's like I've come to the point that it's like if I'm not there, it's not meant for me to be there.
Talk about it.
And when I am there, the room will be about me. It won't be about me sharing it with somebody else. Because anything
No!
that I lead and I stand in, it becomes about me. I am the force multiplier, okay?
Listen to me. Listen to me. And speaking of your mark, okay, so obviously I follow you. I love you have a wide array of interests outside of beauty and fashion,
Yeah,
interior design. I
yeah.
live for a cute plate, cutlery set, a cup. I
Okay?
gag over. I love things like that. So as far
Mhm.
as all of your other interests, have you thought about expanding your expertise in those areas for the future?
Yeah, I think that was a big thing for me this year too, because it's like I love beauty and I love skincare, and obviously that's what I'm known for. And so, the next step is like, okay, start your own brand. When you get to a certain point, a certain place, certain point of notoriety. But again, kind of going back to like Jackie Aina, like her journey kind of inspired me a little bit because it's like instead of putting out makeup, she did fragrance, a whole nother part of her, which is still linked into beauty. But I think
Absolutely.
sometimes we have a limited version of what beauty can be. Home is a part of beauty.
Yes,
Your
it
fashion is a
is.
part of your beauty. The way you adorn your ears with jewelry, the way I choose my glasses every day, like that's a part of beauty. That's a part of me. And all of those things are so intrinsically connected to who I am. I don't want to have a skincare line. I don't want to do that.
Woo,
That's
go
not
on and
something
answer one of my last questions. Yes, because I was gonna be like, when's she dropping? When? Because I
I'm
know
not,
you know all the formuloli. You have it. So like, if
to
you
me.
really wanted to, you
I don't
could.
want to because I think there's so many brands that do it so well, and there's so many products that I truly love. That's not some building a skincare line. That's not something I want to spend my motherfucking time doing. I'm sorry.
I feel
That's
you.
not something I'm not. I don't want to be in the lab. I don't want to be doing that. No, I want to be in people's lives in a completely different way. Like I want to
Yes.
do the things that I love. So I'm working on a few things right now, and it has
Anything
to
you can
do with
tell me, I keep my mouth closed. I promise.
it has to do with like eyewear and
Let's
home, and
go.
also maybe a little fine fragrance. But home, like home decor, interiors, that really is like that's my passion. That's my
I
hobby.
can
That's what I do
tell
for fun.
too.
I change my house, girl. I swear to God, every 3 months, my house looks
I was like,
completely
oh my
different.
gosh, he has a new ottoman. I love it.
Literally. Like literally, I'm looking for a new denim blue rug because now I'm very into like these soft baby
Oh,
blues with
rug.
warm chocolate browns and creams and
Oh,
travertine and red travertine, but like a denim blue rug. So I'm looking for that right now. But basically, I want to create things in my everyday life that I'm obsessed with. But how can I improve that? I still would absolutely always work in beauty. I'm still consulting for a bunch of brands. I may be coming on as an advisor for a upcoming emerging brand. So those things will always be a part of me. But again, I think sometimes Black people feel like we have to be a monolith. Meanwhile, people who have no fucking hair got hair care lines and all kinds of shit. So it's like,
please.
why can't I do what the
Please.
hell I want? Everybody else doing it. Okay?
Please.
If a
Like,
bald bitch got a hair growth serum, I can do a goddamn home decor line. Okay?
not ball, please. I feel like, okay, so nowadays, anyone with a passion and access to the internet can label themselves as an expert in their field.
Yeah.
What are 3 things you feel as though need to be present in order for you to give yourself that title?
As an expert,
Yes, as an expert in your field.
well, to be honest, I feel like you can't really call yourself an expert. The people have to deem you that, you know?
Ooh!
Like, you have to be deemed that. Like, you can't just call yourself the queen, bitch, because you're feeling yourself. You know, the people gotta go along with that. You know, like, I could walk down and say I'm motherfucking Beyonce. Bitches ain't gonna agree. So, to be an expert, the people have to deem you that. I didn't deem myself a skincare expert. Vogue did that, 7 years ago. So I'm just going along with what the people are saying.
Listen to me. Your transformation, like over the years, has been beautiful to watch because I have felt this way about you for a while, and now you're embodying it. You're like, no, I really am like, I really am that girl.
That's
I was on Twitter writing. I was like, y'all better put some respect.
That's the fabulosity of being 33. Okay,
Indeed.
you
Come
just
on.
tap into what's already meant for you, girl.
Exactly.
God laid a path. I'm just on it.
That's the Jesus year too. Amen.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's God in me.
Like,
It's God in me.
I love it.
I think I'm so fresh, am.
You
Sometimes
are a
bitch
fool.
ain't sweet. Now catch that. But I feel like I feel like the people have to deem you an expert. But I think to get to that point, it's like you have to have knowledge, and not just knowledge, because we all can read a book and learn something, but you have to have like on hand experience.
Yeah.
Somebody who read a book about building a business versus somebody who actually built a business, whether it succeeded or failed, 2 different experiences. And I'm going to go to the person who built the business, not the person who read the book on building the business. So I think you have to have obviously a wealth of knowledge. You have to have hands-on experience, and you also have to have an openness to expand, to be an expert, because you can be an expert right now, but again, like I said, the industry changes all the time. So you have to
Absolutely.
have an openness to learn and to be flexible with how things change and how things evolve and how things grow in the industry that you're in.
I agree. I have loved having you on this show so much. You are such a fool, and I live. I have never seen you like this. It makes me so happy. Like, I'm so honest.
This is how I am with my friends. I'm like, this is the real
Oh, you're
me.
comfortable with me. I love that.
Am.
I love that. Okay. So the last thing, or my little segment on the show, I do a this or that. It is specifically catered to you. Hopefully I made things a little bit difficult. I was very detailed. Okay. So, would you rather design your own capsule collection for Christopher John Rogers? That includes clothing, accessories, the whole shebang. Or would you rather create your own capsule collection with Miss Pat McGrath? Face, eyes, and lips. Because I saw you with Mother. I was like, this is correct.
Exactly.
Like,
and that alone, you should never question my iconography, okay? Come on now. Mother called me honey. I don't beg. Girl, I don't gravel. Rihanna came to me. Mother came to me. She said, you got the face and I want to paint it. I just sat there. Okay, come on.
But I know you love Christopher John too. I know you do.
I mean, Chris is like one of my best friends.
Fabulous.
But honestly, because when I talk to Chris, I'm like, oh, like, I want you to make me this. I want you to make me that. Like, I would want a capsule collection with Chris because it would be so fun. It would be gay. It would be fab. Like, me and Chris together are the definition of taste. To have taste, you have to have a indulgence in beauty, an obsession with gorgeousness and fabulosity. And you have to be an expert in what came before us in the past. So I would want to do something with Chris.
I love everything he makes. I'm just like, please, I just need to fit my boobs in there. That's it. Just squeeze me. Okay. Okay, so next. Would you rather, okay, this is a very detailed one, move your skincare business abroad for 4 years to a location of your choosing? Living quarters, new workspace, and products are all taken care of at no cost to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Or Would you rather stay in the US and build your own facility for up and coming estheticians and brand owners where they can learn and do services? The building is completely designed by you, decor, all of that, also again at no cost to you with all the staff you need, and you can come and go from headquarters as you please. If you don't feel like working, you don't have to. So which one?
Shout out to those up and comings, but girl, I'm going abroad. Okay, no shade.
So what? I ain't trying to build
Girl, find
you.
somebody else to
Like,
do all that. Okay? I'm going abroad, honey.
where would you go?
Well, last year I almost moved to London, like
I remember
part-time.
you saying something about
I
that.
did. So honestly, I don't know. I probably would go to London or I would go to Paris, obviously, because Paris, their philosophy on beauty and skincare is so different from America.
Mm.
And it really is like a more like holistic kind of thing. Like in America, I think we have some of the best looking skin because we have the best technologies and best machines and modalities. Like I wouldn't get a facelift in Paris. I would go to Beverly Hills, or Park Avenue. But I don't know, and I just want to explore something different.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But shout out to them.
Keep your head up. Keep pushing.
Keep your head up, Pooh. I'll do a webinar, whatever it's called.
Come on. Everybody hop on your Zoom.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, the last one's kind of easy. So would you rather have dinner with your past self or your future self, and why?
My future self, because I need to know if that billionaire is hitting and if I got that G6, bitch. I don't give a fuck about the past, okay? What JT say? I'm up now. I don't give a fuck about the past, bitch. Okay?
No. I want to know if I hit that line. Do we have our plane?
Because
do we have our yacht?
Yeah. Listen, the past girl, she already did what she did. I'm not thinking about her. Shout out to her.
I was waiting for it.
Shout out to her, but we moving on.
Up and forward. Forward.
Don't tell me what has been, tell me what's now.
Thank you so much. I can't stop laughing. Thank you so much for coming. Tell everyone where they can find you and follow your journey.
Oh my God, you can literally find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere, even Pinterest. Everything is Sean Garrett, SeanGarrett with an E at the end. Sean Garrett, the skin, not the pen.
Yes. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, go ahead and give your girl 5 stars if you enjoyed this conversation. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
You are a mess.